Good evening to my respective teacher and everyone, whoever present here. Please welcome to our presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for attending this. In this presentation, we are working on bioplastic, as you can see on the screen. Now we would like to present this PPT concentrately. Let me introduce myself. I am Sanchari Paul, student of MCKVIE, EC department and roll number 40. Shubhadeep Das, roll number 36, and Shurojit Pal, roll number 44, are also another group members. This evening, we would like to give you an overview of plastics and bioplastics. What we intend to do is describing everything related to bioplastics. Now let's move into the introduction part, which will be discussed by Shubhadeep. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanchari. Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. I am Subhadip Das. I am starting from the slide of this introduction about PPT. What is plastic? The term plastics include materials composed of various elements such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, and sulfur. A synthetic material made from a wide range of organic polymers such as polyethylene, PVC, nylon, etc. that can be molded into shape while soft and when set into a rigged or slightly elastic form. Plastics were introduced approximately 100 years ago and today are one of the most used and most versatile materials. Plastics are an integral part of our modern life. They play an essential role in providing, protecting, and delivering high quality products in pretty much every market segment to consumers around the world. Now comes to brief history of plastic, that how it transformed day by day. History of plastic. Parkinson. It was in 1862 that Alexander Parkes introduced the world's first ever man-made plastic. He at the London International Exhibition. Celluloid. By the 1880s and 1890s, companies made celluloid products such as bowl and combs that imitated ivory and tortoiseshell and other more expensive materials. Bakelite. In the 1920s and 1930s, bakelite jewelry, clocks, and telephones became popular as people embraced their unhealthy looking appearance that did not resemble nature materials. Cellophane. It really took off in food packaging when DuPont made it moisture resistant in 1927. Vinyl. Vinyl is commonly used for blood bags and for tubing and in building and construction products, including sliding, piping, roofing, tubing, hoses, flooring, and electrical cable insulations. Polyethylene. It is a mainstay of modern packaging, beverage bottles, milk jugs, bags, food storage containers, and more. Polyvinylidene chloride. It was initially used to protect military equipment against salt water since it clings to nearly anything and forms an oxygen barrier. It was introduced as a film for food packaging. Nylon. In 1939, nylon rapidly replaced silk in clothing and military applications during World War II. Polyester. Discovered in 1950s, polyester became a big part of our culture when DuPont marketed a new fabric under the name Dacron, the first washable synthetic fabric. Polypropylene. Polypropylene, a type of plastic, is strong and semi-transparent. It is heavier and stronger than polyethylene. It is used for packaging medicine, yogurt, ketchup, beverage, etc. Polystyrene foam. Polystyrene, a type of petroleum-based plastic. Polystyrene is commonly used in the production of insulators and packaging materials. It is used in lightweight protective packaging, docks, movie seats, takeout containers, and more. From this slide, Surajit Pal, the other member of our group, continue.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. This is Surajit Pal. Now I am going to talk about these types of plastics. So these are the 8 different types of plastics available in environment. Those are: 1. Polyethylene terephthalate. Polyethylene terephthalate is a type of plastic which is smooth, transparent, and relatively thin. It is also called stomach plastics. 2. High density polyethylene. Worldwide, the most used plastic is polyethylene. High density polyethylene is a heat resistant plastic produced from petroleum. It is a major constituent of refrigerators, detergent bottles, toys, milk containers, varieties of plastics, groceries, bags, etc. 3. Polyvinyl chloride, or commonly known as PVC. Polyvinyl chloride, a type of heat-resistant polymer, is used for packaging fruit juice, cooking oil, etc. 4. Low-density polyethylene. Low-density polyethylene is heat-resistant, fragile, flexible, and rigid. It is commonly used in packaging of milk, frozen fruits, and juices. 5. Polypropylene. Polypropylene, a type of plastics, is strong and semi-transparent. It is heavier and stronger than polyethylene. It is used for packaging medicine, yogurt, etc. Polystyrene. Polystyrene, a type of petroleum-based plastic, is commonly used in the production of insulators and packaging materials. 7. Polycarbonate. Polycarbonates are used for packaging consumers' goods such as reusable bottles. And last, according to the size of plastics, there are 2 kinds of plastics: macro and microplastics. Macro, these are plastics higher than 20 mm in diameter, and micro, the plastics which are less than 5 mm in diameter. Now comes to the properties of plastics. Plastics is a synthetic material created from a broad range of organic polymers that have become an indispensable part of our everyday world. The properties of plastic are numerous. For the most part, they are lightweight with a high strength to weight ratio, can be manufactured inexpensively and mass-produced, water and shock resistant, thermally and electrically insulating, low in cost, and easily molded into different shapes and sizes, etc. At the left of the slide, this is the chart of application of plastics, which I have already discussed in the previous slide. In the middle, these are the types of plastics. As we see in the previous slide, some application of plastics in letters. Now we can see here some pictures. So now we'll discuss about some usage of plastics. As we know, plastics has become a part of our daily life. It is used across almost every sector, including to produce packaging, in building and construction, in textiles, consumer products, transportation, electrical and electronics, and industrial machinery. Now look over some examples. Aerospace. A certain amount of plastics are used in flights. Construction. Plastics are used in a growing range of applications in construction industry. Military equipments, helmets, body armor, tanks, warships, aircraft, and communication equipment. Electrical and electronics applications. Electricity powers almost every aspect of our lives, at home and in our jobs, at work, and at play. Packaging. Plastics is the perfect material for use in packaging goods. Plastic is versatile, hygienic, lightweight, flexible, and highly durable. Energy generation. Wind turbines, solar panels, and wave booms, etc. Furniture, bedding, upholstery, and household furniture, etc. Automotive, bumpers, dashboards, engine parts, seating and doors, etc. Medical, syringe, blood bags, dialysis machine, heart valves, artificial limbs, and wound dressing. From the next slide, Sanchari will cover it. Thank you.
Thank you, Shurajit. So let me first give you a brief overview that everything has always 2 roles, that one is good side and another is evil side. As we are utilizing the good sides of plastics and dependent on plastics daily life, so along with this, we have to face the consequences of evil side of plastics too. Excess uses of plastics has started to destroy our ecosystem. For this, pollution has increased excessively and it started to drain our human health, animals' life, and environment also. So, this is the picture of the current situation of our environment that proves how everything got affected badly. Now I'm going to summarize about harmful effects due to using plastics. Those are: over the last few decades, humans have dumped tons of plastic garbage into the ocean. Around 5,80,000 pieces of plastic junk per square kilometer were found in the Atlantic Ocean. PVC is considered highly toxic due to the presence of chemical constituents like heavy metals, dioxins, BPA, and phthalates. Polystyrene, which is a type of petroleum based plastic that contains benzene, which is carcinogenic to humans. Next, the microplastics. Those are the major pollutants of documented for deteriorating the ecosystem. And lastly, landfilling, which is approximately 10% of household waste, which is plastic based and mostly end up on the landfill. Even though landfilling is the commonest waste management conventional approach in many countries. Let's see, move on to the next slide, where we can see that how plastics has started to end up our physical functions on human body. As it's shown in the picture, the two kinds of effects formed in our body, one is short term and another is long term. Headache, eyes inflammation, coughing, pneumonia, breathing problems, bronchitis, skin irritations, all are under short term effects. And affects central nervous system problem, respiratory disease, impacts on liver, kidney problems, and impacts on reproductive systems. These all are under long term effects. Then there are also few points which tells us the other side effects of plastics on human health. Those are the chemicals used in the production of plastics are toxic and detrimental to the human body. Next, chemicals in plastic like lead, cadmium, and mercury directly can come in contact with the humans that causes cancers, immunity system problems, and childhood development issues. Then comes to the ecosystem part. Mainly the two portion of our ecosystem which is polluted are land and water. Ecosystem pollutions are all about plastic pollution that causes a threat to marine ecosystems. Like species, both plants and animals adapt to their environment. A new natural balance is created time and time again, and plastic in the environment upsets that balance. Environmental pollution by plastic wastes. Distribution of plastics waste is associated with human populations. Increase in human population has led to increased demands for plastics and its products. Land pollution. In human occupational and residential environment, plastic products are present in large volume. So pollution by plastics and its products can damage and contaminate the terrestrial environment, which can be subsequently transferred to the aquatic environment. Now comes to water pollution, which is approximately 165 million tons of plastics waste were estimated to be present in the oceans of the world, while an average of 8 million tons of plastics are annually released into the ocean, with about 5 trillion plastic pieces floating on the ocean. Not only the human health, but also plastic has started to destroy animals' life cycle also. Here are the some points. Animals stuck in plastics lead to amputation. Getting stuck in plastics can have horrible consequences for the animals, such as reduced mobility, starvation, drowning, or suffocation. And it can lead to infections, growths, or amputations of limbs. Number two, animals eat plastic. Animals often eat plastics because they are not always able to distinguish plastics from food. Organisms that are filter feeders like plankton, shellfish, balloon whales, or that live under the beach sand cannot make their differentiation. The last one is plastic in food chain. Plastic has already entered in the food chain and animals carry microplastics in their bodies. When they are themselves eaten, those microplastics are also ingested and this process is called trophic transfer of microplastics. In this image, we can observe the breakdown of plastics that how it has made of toxins and then mixed with the ocean water that started to pollute the water as well destroy the animal's life along with the human being also. Because floating toxic microplastics are often ingested by marine life, which in turn is consumed by us. From the next slide, Shubhadeep Das will continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjari. I will continue this. Plastic is very essential that we get rid of these problems and save the earth and its inhabitants from the effects of plastic usage. There are some examples of how to reduce the use of plastic. Carry our own water and stop buying packaged water. Produce less plastic. Choose for alternative materials. Reuse packaging such as bottle in a deposit system. Always carry your own shopping bag. Choose cardboard over plastic bags. Non-plastic stores use. Shop in bulk. This is one of the best way to reduce packaging waste. This is reduce plastic waste from our house too. Store your food in glass or steel containers. After we discuss about how to reduce the use of plastic, recommendation on reduction and control of plastic wastage are policy making to combat and curb precedent environmental pollution by plastics. There is need for realistic policies, plastic waste management and recycling. In reducing toxic reports of plastic wastage on the environment and public health, waste management plays a major role. Education and public awareness. Efforts must be made to educate the general populace on the potential environmental and public health effects of pollution by plastic wastage. Bioplastic as a alternative. Bioplastics is a plastic produced from cellulose that is made of wood pulp by a British chemist in the 1850s. I will take over to Surajit.
Thank you, Shubhadeep. So now I am going to introduce the main agenda of our PPT is bioplastic. It's time to say goodbye to ordinary plastic and welcoming of bioplastics. So the main thing is, what is bioplastic? Bioplastic is a type of biodegradable plastic derived from biological substances rather than petroleum. Here are some another data related with bioplastics. Bioplastics are a large family of different material. A plastics material is different as a bioplastic if it is either bio-based, biodegradable, or features both properties. Bio-based. The term bio-based means that the material or product is derived from biomass. Biodegradable. Biodegradation is a chemical process during which microorganisms that are available in the environment convert materials into natural substances such as water, carbon dioxide, and compost. Bioplastics are biodegradable materials that come from renewable sources and can be used to reduce the problem of plastic waste that is suffocating the planet and contaminating the environment. So this is the slide where the types of bioplastics is described. The family of bioplastics is divided into three main groups: bio-based or partly bio-based, non-biodegradable plastics such as bio-based PE, PP, or PET, and bio-based technical performance polymers such as PTT or TPCET. Plastics that are both bio-based and biodegradable such as PLA and PHA or PBS. Plastics that are based on fossil resources and are biodegradable such as PBAT. Now, here we can see the graph on about material coordinate system of bioplastic. The graph material coordinate system of bioplastic depicts common types of bioplastics and how they are classified according to their biodegradability and bio-based content. So now it's time for knowing about the preparation of bioplastics, that how it has made up of. At first, we need cornstarch, cassava starch, wheat flour, potato starch, etc. Then saccharification will be done by using some enzymes and formed liquid glucose. After the formation of liquid glucose by bacteria, we have PHS, lactic acid, succinic acid, 1,3-propanodiol. After polymerization, we will get biodegradable plastics such as PLA, PBS. After molding of compounds, at last we get bioplastic products. From the next slide, Shubhadeep will talk about. Thank you.
Thank you, Surajit. Now we can see usage of bioplastics. Flexible packaging 44%, rigid packaging 14.8%, agriculture and horticulture 12.5%, consumer goods 9.8%, textile 4.8%, building and construction 1.7%, automotive and transport 1.4%, and others 11%. And also bioplastic used in various things like bioplastic packaging, bioplastic for consumer, electronics, food services, medical, aerospace, and automotive, cosmetics, etc. This is the slide of usage of bioplastic as per biodegradable and non-biodegradable products. Under the biodegradable products are packaging, shopping bags, composable waste collection bags, trays and punnets for vegetables, fruits, meats, and eggs. Disposable catering servicewares, medical applications, implants such as screws, pins, plates, metal layers for pills and capsules. Next then, under the non-biodegradable products are mobile phone cases, emerging end-use segment bioplastics, 3D printing, metallized biaxial-oriented PLA films for food packaging, baby products, toys, and teachers. There are some easy steps of how to make bioplastics. At first, we need plant-based materials like cellulose, collagen, polyester, starch. After that, dissolution in lactic acid, ethanol, etc. Next step, chemical compound on resin polyethylene. Now, forming step was process. At last, decomposition process helped by sunlight, heat, and oxygen. At least bioplastic will be ready in the day of 80. This is the picture in the right side that how bioplastic can be used at our home in regular basis. Example like glasses, carpet, shoes, sandals, toys, toothbrushes, mattress, coffee pots, etc. Now I will take over to Surajit.
Thank you. Now it's time to explore more about bioplastics. That what can bioplastics be made of? Bio-based plastics are made from a wide range of renewable bio-based stocks like used cooking oils, sugarcane, corn, soybean, natural gas, algae, etc. So this is the slide where it is described about the life cycle of bioplastics briefly, that how bioplastics produce from a raw materials to the compost and renewable substances. In this way, this cycle will be done and continue. So let's move on to the next slide, which will be discussed by Sanchari. Thank you.
Thank you. As we learn up to this point that what is plastic and bioplastic, along with their properties, uses, good and bad sides, etc. So now it is time to evaluate that which will be good for us, plastic or bioplastic. We will now go into more analysis on bioplastic so that we can understand is bioplastic will be the other option instead of the ordinary plastic or not. At a time, this brings us to the next question that do bioplastics solve the problems caused by the plastic? No, not all so-called bio-based plastics are composable and biodegradable. Also, not even the bioplastics, which is made 100% from plants, carries the guarantee of being biodegradable. Actually, it is partially true. Traditional plastic is made from petroleum-based raw materials, and some says that bioplastics made from 20% or more of renewable materials. That could be the solution to plastic pollution. Now this leads directly to the next point that why we should use bioplastics. Because in this era, we have to focus on biodegradable plastics, and the trending one is bioplastics called a new generation of plastic. Bioplastics are that plastics which is derived from renewable biomass sources such as vegetable fats, cornstarch, microbiota, etc. Here we are focusing on synthesis of bioplastics from biowaste such as sugarcane, mixture fruit pulp like jackfruit, banana peel, mango, durian seeds, etc. Next, the use of bioplastics offers significant advantages not only in an ecological sense but also in an economical senses also. Now this leads, after having the fact of bioplastics, then the next question appears that what is the benefits of using this? That is why we will now find out the points about it. It is recyclable, it can be composable and biodegradable too. It increases the resource efficiency. It can able to fulfill the same applications as oil-based plastics. Then bioplastics reduce carbon footprints. The carbon footprint of plastic is about 6 kg of carbon dioxide that per kg of plastic. Next, each year, millions of barrels of crude oil are used in marketing plastics, whereas bioplastics are produced from renewable sources. After that, it takes at least 1,000 years of normal plastics items to decompose it in the landfill, but biodegradable plastic can decompose within months. Then the production of bioplastics reduces the non-biodegradable waste that can contaminate in the environment. And then they are more sustainable and less toxic than conventional plastic. Lastly, biodegradable plastics help in increasing soil fertility. Now it's time to summarize about the good and bad side of bioplastics. Before using anything, we always have to be aware of its pros and cons. So they are under advantages. minimize plastic waste through bioplastic using, less uses of petroleum oil, biomaterials are more renewable and sustainable, the bioplastic produced from biomass which is non-toxic, biodegradable and recyclable, and lastly some bioplastics are biodegradable and composable. There are some disadvantages also, which are bioplastic also produced pollution due to fertilizers and pesticides using during crop production. Not all bioplastics are biodegradable. Production of bioplastics may not be eco-friendly and recycling of plastics could become impossible. Now let me briefly figure out new points about its future aspects, which we need to know are following. Further, we're trying to increase the strength of bioplastics by adding biomaterials, trying to improve the thickness of plastic sheet by using different metal plates, using a wide variety of dyes and to determine their properties, to improve the flexibility, elasticity by adding biomaterials, and to synthesize bioplastics from biomass is our undergoing research arena. After all of these studies on this topic, we can now able to come to a conclusion part that bioplastics are certainly not a miracle cure to our plastic problem. The well-known motto, reduce, reuse, and recycle, is still solid advice and the best approach even for biodegradable materials. Also, they certainly should not be littered or disposed in nature. As we have seen, they need fairly special and controlled conditions for optimal and quick degradation to happen. That's it. Hope all of you like it and hope it was enough informative about the topic. Now it is time to acknowledge for our presentation. First of all, we would like to express our gratitude to Almighty God to help us complete this PPT. Successfully completion of any type of project requires help from a number of persons. We have also taken help from different persons. So now it's time to get little effort to show our deep gratitude to that helpful persons. We convey our sincere gratitude and thanks to our teacher, Mr. Shomujit Khorai sir, for giving us the opportunity to perform on this topic. Without his kind direction and proper guidance, this study would have been a little success. Lastly, we would also like to thank to our family members and my other group members who helped me equally to perfectly complete this presentation, that is bioplastic. Now comes to the bibliography of this project. We have followed this website and we have used Google Chrome, Photoshop and Wikipedia for collecting some informations and images as well. That's all. Now we want to thank all of you for listening this PPT. Thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, everyone.